Periva Sharanam, Glimpses from Sri Mahaperiyava's Life History, Volume 2, Chapter 9, The Beginning of 21-year-long Travels, 1919 to 1939, continued. Year 1922. First visit to Rameshwaram. After visiting numerous places, Mannargudi, Badavur, Kunniyur, Chittamalli, Alangadu, Pattukottai, Arantangi, Avudayar Kovil and others, Mahaperiyava travelled to Rameshwaram, a southern city considered to be one of the holiest to Hindus. Rameshwara means Lord of Rama in Sanskrit, an epithet of Shiva. Rameshwaram is located on Pamban Island in the Gulf of Mannar at the southern tip of the Indian peninsula. It is connected to the mainland India by the Pamban Bridge. The railway authorities had arranged for Mahaperiyava to walk over the Pamban Strait railway bridge over the sea to reach Rameshwaram. The Shiva deity installed in Rameshwaram is called by the name Ramanatha Swami. The deity appears in the form of a lingam in Rameshwaram. There are 12 Jyotirlingams in India and Ramanatha Lingam in Rameshwaram is one of them. The officials and priests of Rameshwaram Devasthanam received Mahaperiyava with full temple honors and facilitated his darshan of Ramanatha Swami. Following tradition, Mahaperiyava took some sand from Ramasetu to mix it later in the river Ganges. The sand taken by Mahaperiyava was kept in the puja for 12 years until it was mixed in the holy rivers at Triveni Sangam in Prayag on July 25, 1934. Handloom ropes, support for national cause. Mahatma Gandhi's nationalist plans gave importance to the production of handloom cloth in India. At the time, many patriotic leaders used to discard garments made out of mill-made cloth imported from England and burn them. Since the year 1918, when handloom garments were sold in the market, Mahaperiyava started wearing handloom robes to support the national cause. He felt happy wearing the khadi robes even if the hand-woven cloth was rough. Before visiting Rameshwaram, Mahaperiyava had arranged to procure a pair of handloom garments for each of the mutt staff. When he took a dip in the ocean at Dhanushkodi, he encouraged the staff to discard their garments made with mill-made cloth into the ocean instead of burning them and wear the handloom garments to support the national cause. Counseling on anger management. One day, while Mahaperiyava was walking on the beach, a large crowd of devotees followed him. The crowd included people of all castes and communities, rich and the poor. In the jostling that ensued to see Mahaperiyava, one of the very poor persons got himself caught on the walking path of Mahaperiyava. Seeing the path blocked, an agitated Mirasdar landlord got very angry and beat the poor man with a stick so harshly that it caused a bleeding wound on him. On seeing this unpleasant sight, the ever compassionate Mahaperiyava could not bear it and counseled the Mirasdar briefly but strongly in the following words. You are a well-learned man with knowledge of Shastras. The Almighty God has graciously endowed you with adequate wealth and plenty of intelligence. With your Shastric knowledge, you should have the qualities of forbearance and kindness towards all fellow beings. The very first thing that any man should do is to manage anger. Mahaperiyava then asked the mutt staff to help the injured poor man and send him to a place of his choice. Just a few words of counseling from Mahaperiyava touched the Mirasdar's heart and made a tremendous impact on him. He sincerely regretted his mistake and from then started managing his anger. In later life, this landlord renounced worldly life, adopted sannyashram and became an Atmajnani, one who with self-knowledge. Mahaperiyava's counseling is relevant even today when many people tend to flare up even on small issues. Royal receptions. During the month of October 1922, two kings received and hosted Mahaperiyava. The first king was the Maharaja of Ramanathapuram, Muthuramalinga Setupati, and the second one was the Raja Muthu Vijaya Raghunath of Shivaganga. Both these kings received Mahaperiyava with royal honors and hosted him. The royalties performed the traditional Pada Puja and Bhikshai to Mahaperiyava. Madurai visit. After visiting numerous other cities and villages, Mahaperiyava arrived in Madurai city on November 12, 1922. The citizens of Madurai had made elaborate arrangements to receive Mahaperiyava and take him around the city in a procession. Mahaperiyava stayed at the Kalyana Mandapam, wedding hall of the famous Meenakshi temple in Madurai. During the day, he performed his daily puja and in the evenings he delivered spiritual discourses, upanyasams. Thousands of devotees witnessed the puja and heard his lectures. After staying in Madurai for about a month, Mahaperiyava moved out of the city on December 12, 1922. To be continued, Periyava Sharanam.